I've been after a trail camera for quite some time. We have some wildlife up the garden, and K&F Concept have kindly sent me this, their 4K trail camera. Link in the description. I chose this model because it's 4K, it's dual camera, it has a 4K daylight camera and also a 1080p IR night vision camera. This panel here is the IR illuminator for lighting up those night scenes. It has 3 PIRs for triggering the recording, and it's packaged in this nice weatherproof case with a little monopod stand built in. It's weatherproof and has an IP66 rating, which means that it's very waterproof. Inside there's an LCD panel for framing up your shot and adjusting your settings. You have all these buttons available for the settings. On off switch. It's controllable on Bluetooth or on Wi-Fi using an app, and that's smart code there, although I chose to just go straight to memory card. There's an SD card slot in the bottom. It's battery powered. I didn't have any batteries available, so I did the old classic and stole them out of the TV remote. And I've used it for 2 weeks and it still says there's 95% battery power left, which is very good. I think it claims to have a battery life of 6 months, 6-month standby time, which coupled with the IP66 weatherproof rating means you can chuck this outside and leave it there for 6 months capturing wildlife, which is pretty impressive. I've used this for 2 weeks. It's been pretty fun to do. A week of that I left in a hedge. I nailed it to a piece of wood on the holes on the mount and pushed it into the hedge. And then for the last few days I've moved it around each night. It's been difficult recording conditions for me. It's been wet, cold and windy. It's been covered in rain and dirt and mud on the lenses pretty much every day from the rain and from splashback, where the rain's been hitting the ground and throwing dirt up onto the lenses. My fault. But the footage that I've seen has been pretty good. We picked up a magpie eating some bread and peanut butter that I left out for them, and also a squirrel, cheeky little squirrel, coming down and stealing that bread completely. Both shots through muddy lenses, muddy, wet lenses, but you can just about make out the animals, and the footage seems pretty good. What I'll do, I'll make a blog post on my website, link in the description, and I'll do a bit more of a detailed write-up of the camera and have those stills and video available for download so you can judge for yourself. Other than that, daylight footage, I got a little robin coming up quite close to the camera and he was out of focus. I think the minimum focus distance is perhaps a foot or two away. He got a bit too close, which is to be expected. The PIRs work really well. I noticed they even picked up a bee flying past, a bumblebee, at one point, which is remarkable. Even something that big can be detected and recorded. That's pretty good. Night footage, picked up mice and rats up in the woods. That was the most popular creature over the past 2 weeks, unfortunately. No sign of the badgers. High hopes on capturing those over the next few weeks. We picked up foxes a couple of times. They seemed a little bit put off by the camera, which I didn't quite understand at first, but I think I've got to the bottom of it. And there's these 2 lights on the front. One is the light sensor. This is a sensor that the unit uses to decide whether or not to use the daylight camera or the night camera. But the light underneath is an indicator, a recording indicator. I think this lights up blue or red, and it's used for knowing when the unit's recording. And I think that was putting off the foxes, because on a couple of occasions the foxes approach the camera, it starts recording, and then they give it a bit of a curious look and walk off. I've had a look through the settings, I can't find a way of turning that off. Maybe it's there, I just can't find it. But that's a little bit annoying. What I'm going to do next time is apply a bit of gaffer tape and cover that light up to not put off the foxes. Other than that, great little unit. Looking forward to putting it to the test a little bit more. Thanks K&F Concept for sending it out. I'll put a link in the description where you can buy it. Great little trail camera. Look forward to using it more. Cheers.